Hello my viewers. Well, I have made the decision to mount the mini split outdoor unit here on the tongue, and with my camper, by the way. It's that Jayco Designer 31 foot. It's a Sanyo that I got for free from someone. It's just got a problem that I have to fix. So I'll have to install it and everything, properly charge it, blah blah blah, and fix the problem. So here's where I'm starting. I just went ahead and I had to pull off these pieces here for right now. Anyway, I'll probably put these back like right about in here. Well, actually go like something like this. Okay. I believe this is for the stabilizer bar, if I'm not mistaken. And so now I was considering the mounting the outdoor part of this out here, okay, along the bumper, or mounted on a bracket like right up here, something like that. I don't know, that just seemed to be maybe a bit much when you're towing it down the road, all the bouncing around and everything, all that. So now here in the inside, okay, I've been still doing more and more work, of course. I still got a bunch of junk in here. A lot of it is junk, but not all of it is. And anyway, so here, up here in front, I am gonna put the a wall right here, along in here, okay, to make for sort of a utility closet. And then way back here, I'm putting in a wall, okay, that'll go probably along this stud here, okay, down to the bottom, over, and that it's be a secondary like utility closet where I'll have the opportunity to put my mount the indoor unit, and also my breaker panel on the inside, all kind of stuff. So that's where I'm at so far. Thank you. Hello my viewers. Alright, I've built, well, part of a wall here, at least enough so I can hang the evaporator on a wall for the mini split. I've started to run some of the line set here, and see the back of the wall, okay, you can kind of see it's not real strong, but it doesn't have to be. Anyway, I already put the wall plate up, and just used some drywall screws in here. And I'm going to be installing this evaporator. You see in the back side of it right now. This is the cover, front cover. It's this is actually a used Sanyo. I'm going to go ahead and run the wire. Okay, that has to be run. I got this stuff here. This is a 14-4 THHN mini split tray cable. I bought 50 feet. That's about pretty close to how much I'm going to need for this project. So I'll go ahead and run this wire through. Now I've already ran this thinking I was going to do this a little bit differently. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this back through because I really don't need it. Alright, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to feed it through the back, and because I can see the wire, no real problem here. I can sort of control where it's going, sort of, and there we go. Okay, so now I got the wire right here, so it's going to connect right here to the control section. So now I'll turn this around so you can see the back side of it. As you can see, I've got everything else set up right here, ready to mount. And that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to mount this on the wall mount. Control over it all. And so that I can see where I'm mounting this. They actually make kits that you can buy so that it's a lot easier to manage the mini split that you're installing while you're installing it. There we go, just push it in there and pretty much call it hung. Let's see this. Now, by the way, this is the drain right here. I plan to use this, or actually drain it, not so much outside, but I plan to just drain it into a bucket instead of somehow outside. I'm going to I got to figure out what kind of advantages that's going to have, but I'm sure there's going to be something. Okay, the next step is to connect the line set to the tubing coming out of the air handler. So we have some mechanical fittings here. So first thing is, I'm going to use this product. And I can't say enough about Nylog Blue. This stuff is one of the only reasons I don't mind doing mechanical fittings. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put some Nylog Blue on the threads right here. There we go. Don't worry about getting any inside the tubing, because this stuff will not contaminate any oils or refrigerants. Okay, now I'll go ahead and try to start this by hand. Yeah. We go ahead and use this. Oops. You go ahead and use this wrench here. Get on there. Okay. Now, they do make a nylon red, but it's only good for air conditioners with mineral oil. I do not recommend it if you have POE oil in your system, though, and because it's not recommended for anything other than mineral oil and R22. However, the blue is good for all refrigerants and oils. I'm going to give this a snug here. There we go. And now I am very confident that this is not going to leak. So, see, that's one reason I don't, man, it's difficult. I'm kind of in a tight spot, so I bumped the camera and wow. Here we go. Okay. First things first, go ahead and put the Nylog Blue on the threads. Okay, really cover it on there really good. Alright. You almost can't put too much on there. Alright. I mean, obviously after a while, you know, waste is waste, but anyway. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the female end on here in this mechanical fitting. Okay. See if I can get it started. That would be nice. Alright. I actually did the small one first, and I forgot to hit the record button on the camera, and I had to redo it. One of the aggravations of doing things on camera. But anyway, okay. So now I'll go ahead and tighten the nut on this fitting, and very good. Ooh, I hope that didn't. What was that? Oh gosh, let me see. That didn't do that. Nope, I'm good. Okay. So I am very confident that I do not have a leaker here, but of course I'm going to check it for leaks with nitrogen later on when I get the other side connected to the outdoor unit. Okay. So, like I was saying, though, the other side here, this is the drain. Okay, I'm just gonna put a bucket down there, use it to collect anything, and this is the line that goes out to the outdoor unit for the power. Okay. All right, now I am just now finishing up with attaching the wiring to the terminals inside the control section, which ain't much in the mini split here. But anyway, this is what we got here. Now, oh, by the way, this screwdriver here, okay, it's a Klein, and let me tell you, I don't know how much experience a lot of you have with Klein tools, but this one really impressed me. I had a Klein, exactly the same screwdriver. It's a Phillips fail on me, and you know, where the tip got all reamed out and everything. And I mean, I don't really misuse my tools or anything, but anyway, I took it into Johnstone, so really this is kudos to both Johnstone and Klein. Johnstone Supply is awesome, along with, you know, a lot of other parts houses, by the way. But anyway, but I have to give kudos to Johnstone Supply and for getting with Klein tools and getting this replaced for me. So, all right, now the wire is all connected. It's ready for me to close up this cover right here. I did a lot of the wiring off camera only because, well, I'm trying to do some of the, I don't know, more technical things on camera than say some of the menial things as connecting wires to terminal connectors, because I mean, really, if you can't do that, well, you really have no business replacing or installing these air conditioners in the first place. Yeah, there's some things that really, if you cannot, say, screw wires on terminal connectors or anything like that, then yeah, you really have no business working on air conditioning equipment, because that's kind of a prerequisite skill set. So, I mean, it's nothing against anybody from learning how to do this. It's just that you need to get certain skills before attempting this stuff on your own. Now, this cover goes on, and I got a feeling it's going to go on pretty easy, but let's find out here. And there she goes. Bam! That's a lot easier. I got to admit, this cover went on and off so much easier than most brands that I can name off. Even some of my favorite brand, which I'm not going to say anything about because I'm not installing it today. I may in the future, but Sanyo, so far I can't say anything bad about it. I mean, everything's kind of going in place the way it should. So next I'm going to install the line set into the ceiling, and I'll show that. I'm going to do the work off camera. Okay, well, I run the line set here, right all the way into the, well, in the ceiling here anyway. I'll still have access to this ceiling in the event I have to get to this line set anyway. So let's see, I've got it running all the way out to there and then outside through the hole there. I'll put some expanding foam to cover that hole here at some point. And next, right now, step outside here. Alright, I've got my vacuum pump running on here, and well, as soon as the vacuum gauge hits about 500, we'll call it a day on that, and then I'll release the refrigerant from the coil. So I mean, it's really going into a vacuum pretty well, so I'm pretty confident that I have a good solid seal. By the way, I checked off camera for leaks, and I didn't find any leaks using nitrogen. So, by the way, also off camera, I connected the line set to the outdoor unit. Okay, see where it comes outside from there to the unit. Let's see where we're at here. Oh yeah, steadily going down. Okay. So, okay, when it gets to about 500, I'll start the camera up here again. Alright, well, I'm lower than, I am below 500 psig now. My vacuum pump does seem to have an issue, but at least I got below 500. So I'm going to go ahead and close off the valves here. And turn off the vacuum pump. Alright, well now, what I'm going to do here next actually is I'm going to release the gas that's in the condensing coil. Let's see, I'll go ahead and open this. There we go. And cannot forget to open this one as well. That would be bad to forget it. So, there it is. Let's see what my gauges are reading here. Okay. Well, next step is, of course, is to get this thing running, but I don't have anything hooked up yet for power. I still got the wire from the evaporator to connect, plus the main power. And here we are. Now it's time to connect the wire that goes from the evaporator to the outdoor unit. So in this case, I'm going to use a like a Romex connector, okay, to connect this wire. Let's see here what I got. see, probably put it like right about here would work. And I'll semi-tighten the clamp on the connector. Like this. Oh well, can't quite see it, I guess. Let's put this hex nut here to keep this Romex connector from falling out of there. If I can just get it to thread on there, right? Everything's a challenge sometimes. There we go. Okay. Next, I'm going to strip back some of these wires. Now, the let's see, this one here I only stripped back probably about 3/8 of an inch, white one, and then the black one, same thing. I'll strip it back 3/8 or so. The red one, I'll strip it back about 3/8. And then the green one, I'll strip back about an inch. Is that I have to wrap around this connector here. So let's start with the ground anyway. The ground is going to go right here where the ground is connected, or where it connects. So in this case I'm going to just make a loop like that, and let's see, I'm probably going to have to undo this screw ways. Too bad, I mean, my hands are like in the way of everything, I know. That is one of the things about doing these videos. It's sometimes difficult to do the job, plus make sure everything can be seen on the video, on the screen. Here we go. Okay, so now let me go ahead and tighten the screw here. And that should do it. Now, if we just follow the color code of these wires, black will go right here. White right next to it. And then the red we'll put here on number 3 next to it all. Alright, that's pretty good. The next step is we have to connect our line voltage on number 5 and 6. And now I'm going to connect the line voltage. I've already done some of the basic connections from this wire. It's really just well, I'll show you here. See, it's really just like an extension cord type of wire right now, for now, so they can use the this is really just an extension cord type of wire, because this is just a temporary measure until I can do the wiring inside. So Okay, now we'll do the ground, I guess, first. In this case, doesn't really matter what you do first. In reality, let me get this out there a little bit more. Okay, and then on. Get this ground wire in where it's supposed to go. And sometimes it can just slide right on there, and sometimes it just doesn't want to at all. Go. Let's see. But I could probably use a spade connector if this were to insist on giving me a hard way to go. But I don't know. I'll use the connector that came with the machine first. This thing is just wanting to be special. I don't know, it's not looking good. We're doing it the OEM way. Let's see. If I can get this on there. Okay, sort of. Let's see if I can just make this work like that. Might just want it not hold. I don't know, but it looks alright. Next, we'll put the neutral wire in place. Whoops. And then the 120 volt wire. By the way, this is a 120 volt system. It's kind of ideal for a camper, because you never know how much power you're going to have, what kind of power you're going to have at any one campsite. But I mean, a lot of campsites do have 240 volts, so it might not have been a bad thing to have 240. But here we go. Okay, I've got it connected. Of course, next would be putting the plate over it. So I'm going to test run it. Let's see. I've got my extension cord already set here. Whoops. Wait a minute. I screwed up. I can't use that part. So what I did here was I connected my two grounds together in one spot. This was just crazy, drive me nuts. And then, because it wasn't a really good connection anyway. So I put my neutral on number 6 and my 120 volt power on number 5. So now, and by the way, also, I messed up on the cord. I used a female originally, and now I've got a male because that's exactly what my extension cord is calling for. Now, I just now turned it on, I guess. I heard a click, so we'll see what's happening here. Let's see. Alright. I don't know if there's anything going on at the air handler yet. Let's see here. Operation, here we go. Okay, I just turned it on, I guess. Here at the air handler. There we go. So Yeah. Alright. We got air blowing out through here. Well, now we're inside, and anyway, I turned the power on and everything, so this is the lights I've got going on. Well, the remote control seems to be a problem. See if I can focus in on that a little bit here better. Well, okay, we have a display. I put fresh batteries in here, and now if I hit on off, it worked. Wow, that was better than it was yesterday. Alright, now if I hit on off, now it works. Now if let's see if I use the I'm going to go down temperature. Doesn't really want to. Here we go. Okay, 72 degrees. I've got it set for, and it's 76 in here right now. So it should be coming on. At some point. So now, let's see. Let's go look outside. Let's see if we've got any action out there. Okay, well, nothing's happening with the outdoor unit yet. I don't know, it might take a little while for it to, think about what it wants to do. Let's find out what's going on back in the inside. Okay. Here in the inside unit, it's still blowing air out of the evaporator, nice and quiet. Fortunately, we got nothing coming out of the condensing unit. Well, I'm going to try and see about lowering see if I can get it down a little bit lower. This wasn't even giving me much of a reaction yesterday out of this remote. Let's see. I mean, according to this remote, I should be getting some cool air going on here. It should be going into cooling. I don't know what the operation light means, flashing. I'm not too sure exactly what that means. Okay, well, I can't put this back into cooling for some reason. See, this remote, I believe, is bad. It just kind of works whenever it wants to. This will work as fan, but I'd like it to come on in cooling and heating and all that whenever I want it to. So until I get a new remote in, which might take a while, this is gonna have to just, this operation is gonna have to wait. So this is gonna be more than one part. I was hoping to do everything all in one part, but I want to be able to post something, so it's gonna, that's it. See, if I try to hit mode, right, it won't go into any other mode. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, I'm pressing mode where it should go in heating or cooling, and nothing, won't go into anything. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned.